Think back on your life. Have you ever wondered how much of your life was dictated by circumstances that you should have just said no to, but you just went along with someone else's game plan or idea or thought or whatever the case? In this video, we're going to talk about why you should start saying no a whole lot more. And we're going to talk about just how powerful that is. Let's talk about it. Now, in life, sometimes we feel like saying no is a bad thing. A lot of times it's put out by society that no means that you're being selfish. And also, to counteract that, a lot of times if you keep saying yes to things that you really don't want to, a lot of people will look at you as weak because you're just trying to people please. Now, this is really a bad situation, and a lot of times most people don't have the thick skin to just overlook whatever people are going to say, because a lot of times they're just going to do anything to get under your skin or to try to manipulate you into their own benefit. A lot of times we also don't say no because we don't want to disappoint others. And again, you don't want to disappoint them, but do they care if they disappoint you? Now, I bet you if you were to ask the same people that are asking you for something or to do something, if you ask them the same thing, I bet you they wouldn't hesitate to tell you no. So why should you care about them and their feelings if they don't care about you or your feelings? It's kind of a bad situation to be in. And a lot of times we also say yes to things because we might fear that there's going to be an opportunity that happens that we're not a part of. Now, while this may in fact be the case, most of the time there's not. So let's say, for an example, if you say yes to 10 things that you really didn't want to, and maybe one out of those 10, was an opportunity, but the other 9 were not anything special, you're hitting on 10% of an opportunity while you're missing on 90%. Now, I don't know if you're a gambler at heart or anything like that, but 10% is not, it's not a good number for me. So yeah, if it's a no for me, it's a no. Period, point blank. So the word no is powerful. It's like a protective barrier for our time, for our energy, and for our purpose. As you don't keep your barrier up, what happens? You're going to start being attacked, and then eventually you're going to succumb. So we always have to keep no as our forefront, especially if you don't want to do something or you don't see the vision. Like I always like to say, somebody's going to be mad. If you say no, they're going to be mad. If you say yes, you're going to make yourself mad. And then you're going to say to yourself, damn, I should have just said no. So why even go through all of the trials and tribulations? A no is a no. Now, people that are high in value, no, not people with a lot of money, none of that. People that have respect for themselves, people that value themselves and their time, they use no to solidify their self respect. If they really don't want to do something, the answer is no. They value themselves and their time and their efforts way more than the person that is asking them for anything does. So when they say a no, they gonna stand on it. Now, as you start to use the word no, yeah, people are gonna try to manipulate you. They're gonna try to reverse psychology tactic on you, and they're gonna anything to get you to move off of your square. Now we have to stay focused and adamant behind what we say, and we have to mean what we say, aka that word no. Now there is a way that you can, let somebody down easily without it being disrespectful or over the top or anything like that. As a random example, if somebody says to you, "Oh, let's go to this swinger party," hey, I don't knock anybody, but if that's not where your mind and your focus is at right now, say no. Now you don't have to be over the top with your response, but you could let them know like, yeah, nah, I'm cool, or you could give them an excuse or something like, hey man, I gotta be up early in the morning. I gotta do so and so. It doesn't have to be over the top disrespectful. You have to say, man, get the F out my face with that bull. Man, I ain't going to no effing swinger party. Man, what type of S you on? You don't gotta do all of that. Just give them an excuse and let them go on about their day. Now, also with your response, your body language. Sometimes a lot of people say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And also, they'll receive your tone that you said your response in, whether you got loud or put some anger into your voice. They'll watch your body language. Did you say it? Did you tense up when you responded or anything like that? So, just keep it cool, keep it player. Uh, I'm good, bro. I gotta I gotta go mop my lawn tomorrow morning, so I'm gonna have to pass. Yes, I said mop my lawn. Yes, I said that. I'm gonna see who peeped that game. But the last way to say no without guilt, you have to just practice it. Practice is gonna give you confidence in standing behind what you say. A lot of times people will just replay something in their head. Not replay it, but they'll say to themselves like, okay, well, if they ask me this, yeah, I'm gonna say no. But yeah, you just have to give it a little bit of practice, and you'll be all right. So now, as you keep saying no, that's gonna open the door to more power. Now, as you say yes more and more to other people and things that you don't align with or believe in, your yeses is giving other people power over you, if that makes sense to you. The more no's you say, the more you keep your power to yourself. And now as you keep your power, it builds up and it gains momentum. Every no will eventually lead to a greater yes over time. The no's will help keep things that you don't believe in or agree with further away from you, and it will help you keep your values closer to your heart where they need to be. They also help you keep control over your life, because you ever had your faith in someone else in controlling your life, your happiness, or anything else like that? Yeah, they might give you bits and pieces, here and there, but they won't truly make you happy like they should, or even like how you can for yourself. So I know this video is getting lengthy, but if you stuck around this far, I want you to start saying no to one thing. Anything that drains you, I want you to say no to it this week. I want you to see how that makes you feel. I want you to let me know down in the comments. Let me know how it changes your energy, if at all. Also, I want you to drop down in the comments. Let me know what's one thing that's hard for you to say no to. It could be a food. It could be going to a certain place. Hell, it could even be a person that you are acquainted with. Just let me know. I like to have these type of discussions. Also, if you stuck around, I would appreciate if you could like, share, and subscribe. It really does help out the channel, and I truly, truly appreciate it. Everybody, take care, stay blessed, stay elevated. I'll see you in the next one. Salute.